Hello, this is Yogeshwar, and this is our second video on how to create a Navansha. And we did discuss in our last video, which was part one of this series on Navansha, as to how, first of all, we discussed what is a Navansha and what's its signification and importance and significance, rather. And as you know, that it's the ninth. It is a zodiac sign divided into 9 parts, and each part equals 3 degrees and 20 minutes. And that adds to all these 9 divisions, add to 30 degrees, and which is the 30 degrees of a zodiac sign or a Rashi. And the significance of the Navansha is that since it is a D9 chart and it's basically going into dividing a zodiac sign into 9 parts, and the ninth house represents dharma, fortune, and also, most importantly, Sage Parashara has given the importance of Navansha related to marriages and relationships. So marriages and relationships are looked at through Navansha as per the great sage Parashara. And then, of course, the second generation sage Jaimini also has given a lot of importance to Navansha in his Jaimini Sutras. And you'll see, as you'll go into Jaimini astrology, you'll see how much importance he has given to Navansha, not only related to marriage and relationships, but so many other factors of life. And other sages subsequently, who are recent sages and recent researchers and sages, you could say, maybe 1,000 years ago, like Mantreshwara, who has written Paladipika, and some other great sages, they have also given a lot of importance to Navansha. So in our last video, we did discuss as to how we create a Navansha and just the Navansha ascendant. And we gave certain rules as given by the great sages as to what elements are related to particular zodiac signs, and based on the elements we determine as to what the subdivisions of that particular zodiac sign is. And each subdivision, as you know, is 3 degrees and 20 minutes, which adds to 30 degrees. So if you watch video number 1 or part number 1 of the Navansha series, if you have not already seen it, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So we were very clear on how we draw a Navansha chart or create a Navansha chart only in reference to what Rashi or what zodiac will occupy the ascendant or the rising in the Navansha chart. Now the question is, we also have to place the 9 planets which are in the Rashi chart or the birth chart into a Navansha chart as to where they will be placed in a Navansha chart. And the rules given as per the great sages are that, of course, as you see on the screen, the first Navansha is 0 to 3 degrees and 20 minutes, and then the second Navansha is 3 degrees 21 minutes to 6 degrees and 40 minutes, and until it goes on to the ninth Navansha, where it reaches 30 degrees, which is the total number of degrees in a zodiac sign or a Rashi. However, the great rule of Navansha, where they will be placed in the Navansha chart, is related to one rule which is very important, which the sages have said, that the Navansha placement or calculation where the planets will be placed in the Navansha chart will be only from the movable signs. So as you know, there are 3 kinds of signs, 3 kinds of classification of signs, which are, of course, we know the fixed signs, dual signs, and the movable signs. And the fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. We've had a video on that earlier. The dual signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And the movable signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So the rule is very simple, given by the sages, as to where the planets are going to be placed in a Navansha chart is that we will calculate the placement of planets in a Navansha chart only from the movable signs. And again, movable signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. The natural ruler of the first house, natural ruler of the fourth house, natural ruler of the seventh house, and natural ruler of the 10th house. So the placement will be calculated from these four signs only. Now, how do we calculate the placement of a planet in a Navansha chart? Say, for example, Ketu, and I'm going to go over a chart with all the, well, I'll try to put in as many examples in a particular chart so that you understand. So let's assume that Ketu is placed in the ascendant in the main chart, not the Navansha chart, at 10 degrees and 25 minutes. Okay, this is an example. Assume that Ketu is placed in the birth chart at 10 degrees and 25 minutes. Now we refer to the chart which is on your screen right now, and the chart says that it will be the fourth Navansha. So fourth Navansha will be the degrees, which is 10 degrees and 1 minute to 13 degrees and 20 minutes. And what I just told you, that in this example, Ketu is placed in the ascendant, and the ascendant is an Aquarius ascendant at 10 degrees and 25 minutes. So what we will do is we'll just take that planet Ketu and we will count the fourth Navansha from Aquarius where it is sitting. However, as I've already explained, the rule is that only the calculation will be done from the movable signs, and we know that Aquarius, where Ketu is sitting, is not a movable sign. So what do? We create a trine from Aquarius, which is, you know, a trine is like a triangle, 1, 5, and 9. So Aquarius is sitting in the first house in the trine, and it is not a movable sign, so we cannot calculate the Navansha from Aquarius. So what we do is we will go to the fifth house from Aquarius, which is Gemini. Once again, Gemini is also not a movable sign. Then we move to the ninth house from Aquarius, which is the zodiac sign of Libra, and we know that Libra is a movable sign. So it's very simple. We'll calculate the fourth Navansha from Libra, which is Libra 1, Scorpio 2, Sagittarius 3, and Capricorn 4. So we'll take Ketu, which is placed in the ascendant in the zodiac sign of Aquarius, and we'll just take it and put it in the sign of Capricorn in the Navansha. I hope I made myself clear here. Now we go on to another planet in the same chart. What we do is we see that Saturn is sitting in the fourth house in the zodiac sign of Taurus. Now the degrees of Saturn is 19 degrees and 15 minutes, but it is sitting in the zodiac sign of Taurus, which is not a movable sign. So first we'll determine this degrees, 19 degrees and 15 minutes falls under what Navansha. Now if you see on the screen, 19 degree and 15 minutes falls in the 6th Navansha. So technically we should calculate from Taurus 6 zodiac signs ahead, but we will not do so. Why? Because Taurus is not a movable sign, and we know the sages have said that Navansha calculation has to be done only from the movable signs. So what we do, we again create a trikona or a trine, which is 1, 5 and 9. So first we see the 5th zodiac sign from the sign of Taurus. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the 5th zodiac sign from the sign of Taurus is Virgo. And we know Virgo is also not a movable sign. So we'll move on to the 9th zodiac sign from Taurus, because we created 1, 5 and 9, the trikona, the trine. So the 9th zodiac sign from Taurus is Capricorn, and Capricorn is a movable sign. So what we'll do, we will calculate the 6th Navansha from Capricorn. So Capricorn 1, Aquarius 2, Pisces 3, Aries 4, Taurus 5, Gemini 6, and Jupiter 7. Actually it is 6. So Gemini is 6. So since we have to go to the 6th Navansha from Capricorn related to the planet Saturn, we will take Saturn and we will place it exactly in the zodiac sign of Gemini in the Navansha chart. So again, in our last video we discussed how do we determine the ascendant of the Navansha chart as per the rules given by the sages, and in this video we are discussing where the planets will be placed in the Navansha chart as per the rules given by the sages. Now in the same chart, Jupiter is sitting in the zodiac sign of Cancer, and the degrees are only 32 minutes. So we know that this is the first Navansha as per what you see in the screen, because until 3 degrees and 20 minutes is the first Navansha. So technically we should place Jupiter also in the sign of Cancer in the chart of Navansha or in the Navansha chart. And why we'll do that? Because Cancer is a movable sign, so we don't have to create a trine or a trikona. And since it's a movable sign, we will take this movable sign into consideration, and we will not go on to the 5th house or the 5th zodiac or the 9th zodiac from where Jupiter is sitting, because it is sitting in a movable sign. So we'll just take Jupiter, and since it's the first Navansha and it is sitting in the sign of Cancer, which is a movable sign, we'll just take Jupiter and we will put it in the sign of Cancer in the Navansha chart. So I've just taken these 3 planets, and the rule is pretty much same, and you know what the movable signs are: Aries, Cancer, Libra and Capricorn. You know what the Navanshas are 1 through 9 and what degrees they relate to, and in case it's a movable sign, just take that Navansha. In case it is not a movable sign, go on to the fifth sign from where it is sitting. And if the fifth sign is also not a movable sign, then go on to the ninth sign from where this planet is sitting, and then count the Navansha from that particular sign, and then whatever zodiac sign it falls in, that will be the Navansha where that planet will be sitting in the Navansha chart. So I think you'll have to do a little more research yourself, a little more practice rather yourself. You have been given the basic rules. In the last video, once again, you have been given how a Navansha chart ascendant is calculated, and in this video you have seen how these planets, 9 planets, are placed in the Navansha chart. And like I said, earlier also, that you'll see a lot of software programs who will just build it for you in just 1 second, but you should understand the basics as to what a Navansha is. It's basically 9 parts of one zodiac sign or a Rashi, and what are the rules which are given by the great sages to create a Navansha chart, first in relationship to the ascendant of the Navansha chart, and then the second video which explains how the 9 planets are going to be placed in the Navansha chart. And then in our next video we will discuss about how to analyze a Navansha chart. Of course, we have created one, but then what is the signification? What is the significance? How do we analyze planets sitting in the Navansha chart? What is Vargottama? Vargottama, by the way, is when a planet is sitting in the main chart in a particular zodiac sign, and it's also sitting in the same zodiac sign in the Navansha chart, then it becomes Vargottam, or in other words, capable of giving extreme benefits. Varga Ottam. Varga means divisional, Ottam means excellent. So it gives excellent results. So this is a straight translation. So that is also, we'll see through examples, if planets become Vargottam, that means if they're sitting in the zodiac sign in the main chart and the same zodiac sign in the Navansha chart, they become Vargottama, and they become capable of giving extremely benefic results. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and like I said, this is the second in the video. In the next video we will see how do we analyze a Navansha chart, what its importance is, and what the great sages have said. Until then, I will recommend go check out my website. There's a link below here, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and we'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.